Nike, even if it's a desirable thing, might not be the right place for you as a creative.
Oh, actually, there is one insight as well. So, from a creative director who has been working with Nike for years, he also told me that every single thing in Nike will be designed.
I think it's also you can create work that you are proud of, and especially with brands in this dimension, this scale, it's not always the case.
I think they've always been a champion of that, and I think this is again like a classic example of them doing that very, very well.
I think you need to find things you love, things excite you, things pull the trigger to make you want to go to the desk and open the notebook or use the pens or open your laptops to start working on something you're excited on.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Hyperfocus. Today is a hot one, so you're going to be seeing my legs today. It's 26 degrees out, and it's going to be warm in the studio today, but we have quite an exciting conversation. We are here. I am joined by Sang.
Hi everyone, I'm Zhang, design director at Hyperfocus.
And also, if you're familiar with the channel, which I hope you are, Jan, brand designer and also co-founder. Yes, we are going to be talking about Nike, as it says on the thumbnail, and we have like a little bit of inside information here as well, because Sang has also had the opportunity to actually work for Nike, so we're getting first-hand information from a great source. So in this video, we are actually going to be doing a little bit of a brief history of some of the projects that have inspired us from the past. We're also going to be looking at if there is still an appeal for working for Nike, and we're going to be asking if today's generation are as hungry as we were back in the day, and maybe we'll be sharing some tips at the end. But first and foremost, I'm going to hand it over to my esteemed colleague, Mr. Jan Stein, who is going to, yes, look at the anticipation in his eyes, going to be running through some of our favorite projects from the past.
Yeah, it's probably not everything from the past, but let's say
some of them.
At least in our, when we are in the design industry from this time, I'm pretty sure there's even before that some cool stuff, which we haven't picked out now. But generally, yeah, I mean, Nike, just looking back at my career, I would assume that if someone would have asked me any point at my career, who are like the top 3 organizations, brands you like to work for, I assume Nike would always have been in the top 3. So let's find out why that is.
I can wholeheartedly agree with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we picked out some cases which stood out in our career, or let's say also some design studios which were known for working for Nike. First of all, 1-2-3 Clan. That was quite early in our career, probably mid 2000s.
I would say so.
Something like this. 1-2-3 Clan.
Yeah. Graffiti Crew.
France. Yeah, from France?
They're from France, yes.
You know more than I do. Yeah, as you can see here, they already did some cool stuff for them. Some college, sports, logo kind of illustrations. Super cool, colorful, playful. Yeah, but that was the hottest shit back in the days, I would say.
I'm Gen Z, so I have no idea. So.
But you've heard of 1-2-3 Clan? Or
actually, no.
Oh, okay, now you have.
Then we have,
but Hort.
Of course.
Hort, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So Gen Z is still played some kind of role with Gen Z, which is good.
Yeah, I mean Hort, still around, founded and run by Eike König. Started in Frankfurt, now in Berlin, and yeah, I mean they also pretty early. Also in the mid 2000s, they already had Nike projects on their portfolio, and I think you could already see there like that Nike gives the people they work with a lot of freedom, and they could really do what they're also being like known for, right? That they don't force them into do something they like to have. They say, look here, this is probably the artist, and here's an idea. Show us what would you do with these ideas.
This still looks fresh today, I would say, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's very contemporary and timeless, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Hort. I mean, yeah, very graphical, very bold, contemporary, cool stuff all the time. Then second example is Non-Format. They were also kind of my heroes in the...
They were my hero. I mean, it looks a bit dated now, right? But
yeah, they didn't age that good, but yeah, it's still...
But that was the shit, right? At one point. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when they came out with these bold typefaces and also like working very minimalistic actually, right? Just with a lot of contrast. But also typography played a huge role. And here you can already see that it was not always like just graphic design. They try to translate it into spatial experiences. So displays for products, or even whole stores, or experiential rooms or spaces. That's why I also put We Should Do It All in here. That's a bit more contemporary, I think. Here is a cool example, the Tech Pack interior they did. Was when the first time I saw that, I was like, ooh, shit, that's nice. I want to do something like that.
Well, you actually did, right? You worked in spatial design
for
a long time, right?
That pushed me more into this direction back then. Yeah, that's when I was thought like, oh, that's where really you can elevate your design when you translate it into a space. Here also quite influential collaboration, Nike, Il Studio and Pigalle, who did this design for a basketball court. I think it was in Paris somewhere. Yeah, I mean, that's just beautiful, right?
Yeah, after this work, everyone just like go here to take a photos. It's looked like an artwork itself.
It's very Instagrammable, you'd say.
Absolutely, but I mean, one thing that Nike definitely understand is how to make their brands immersive, to really express themselves through spaces. And I think they've always been a champion of that, and I think this is again like a classic example of them doing that very, very well. I mean, that's just really, really nice design. Like, there's no, like, obviously there's a technical perspective on how to make that work, but there isn't that much tech behind it. It's just a beautiful commissioned piece of work. And I think that's one thing that they're great at doing, is supporting artists and being able to bring those kind of things together in a really great way.
Yeah, and then here last example, Accept and Proceed. I mean, they're like one of these studios right now, and they also have a few Nike projects in their
history.
portfolio.
They've been working with them for a long time.
Yeah, and here one example is the House of Innovation in Shanghai. Again, it's just a great connection between like architecture and graphic design. I think that's where also most of the projects Nike is doing with designers are like, they're super strong in this field.
Do you know the project Invisible from Nike? So it's kind of like also the intersection between graphic design, 3D design, set design as well. So it's very, very nice. So I think we should have some photos of them later on the video. Yeah,
we'll put some visuals here right now. Yeah. I also think one of the great things about Nike as well is that they also bring tech into what they do as well. So they're at the forefront of really pushing technology and innovation, and then bringing that into a space with artists. So there's a lot of collaboration going on there, and they've always been forward thinking and industry leaders when it comes to that. And I can't really think of any other like sportswear, streetwear company that is innovating in the same way at such, you know, kind of magnitude and consistency throughout the years. So you just showed us all this stuff, which I think is great. So this leads me on to my next question. It's probably quite obvious because you just showed some excellent stuff. But what do you think the motivation is, or the appeal is, to actually work for such a company?
So yeah, I can go first. So I think, like, first of all, the company is big, but it's not just big, but they are big with their visions. And also right from the beginning, when they start the company, they are crystal clear with the brand message. Just do it. And they know their value, they know their missions, and they be consistent and relevant with the brand message, and constantly collaborate with the best artists, innovators, agencies out there. So it's also like a halo effect when you see only like many different talents working with them, and you also want to be a part of it. And because the brand is global, big, and every time when you enter the project, you have the feeling that you enter something bigger than yourself. It's the first aspect of it. The second aspect is, I do think that they are really good and put hardworking in pushing the building community culture, also take care of the environment, and be more responsible with some social topic as well. For example, like Move to Zero campaign, and Well Collective community, and so on. There are many different community inside Nike as well. So yeah, I think it's two reasons from my side.
And all of those actual visual treat as well. They're all very well considered and very well put together from a design perspective.
Oh, actually, there's one insight as well. So from a creative director who has been working with Nike for years, he also told me that every single thing in Nike will be designed by designer. So
that's a beautiful way to look at things. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, the design is very deep into their culture. And I think what's also very appealing for the design industry is that it feels like you can see in all the work that you get a lot of freedom to do what you not like to do, but you know what is in the heart of the artist as well. So it's not just that you have a big name in your portfolio. I think it's also you can create work that you are proud of, and especially with brands in this dimension, this scale, it's not always the case. Yeah, so with Nike, again, you just don't get like a great big name in the portfolio. You also can do a work you can be very proud of, and you can show a lot of your own personality in these projects. That's how it feels like from an outside perspective.
Well, we actually have an inside perspective as well. So outside, inside. And that leads me on to my next question, actually, because you have had the experience of working with Nike. For the viewers out there, I'm sure they've clicked here to get some insights. And I'd also like to know, what was the kind of the journey? How did they actually find you? And was there any like particular piece of work that you feel maybe was the one that they saw and led them to you? How did it come about that you got the chance to actually work with them?
Yeah, I will unpack the questions by piece. So the first thing is like I believe that I have a habit that producing work, like from the personal work for work for client, and I constantly and consistently putting them online, and and I think like this is one key that have my work be a little bit more noticeable. And the first time when I got the email from the creative director from an agency who want to come give me a commissions to work with Nike. I thought it is a scam email, and I have to double check if this is a real email or not. And then when I found out, oh, this is the real one, and I will have a chance to work at Nike, I did ask them like why they reach out to me, or what kind of work they are interested in, and so on. And they just say, oh, we think you might be a good fit. We saw your work online somewhere. So basically, they don't know where they found it. So the insight from this one is like consistently producing good work and consistently promoting yourself online, no matter like social media, which channel you use, Threads, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on. And how did it look like when I work with Nike? So the dynamic is like I work with the agency, and the agency work with Nike, and we did talk with and collaborate with the in-house team as well to have the feedback and have the conversations. And the one thing I found out that because inside Nike we have many different communities, and the brand have to be very inclusive, and every piece of design you can have fun with it, you can have the artistic expressions in there, but you need to be consider if this typeface is readable for people who have a problem with reading or something. So you have to be really inclusive with what you produce, and I think it's something beautiful to work with a diverse team inside Nike. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you found that there was a diverse team to work with. They were a very eclectic group of people.
In the board, I like in the team I did talk to in Nike. There's people of color and so on, and from the documentation they sent over about the community and so on, I also see that they also care about the different people, like from different culture and country and so on. So I did say from the beginning, like they put hard working in building communities and promoting inclusivity. Inclusivity.
Yeah.
Okay, but diversity, let's say. Not just marketing, but by doing as well. Yeah.
Cool. So you're also here on behalf of Gen Z. Right, so you're speaking for the whole generation.
I'm not sure if I will be represent for the whole generations, but yeah, based on my experiences. So is this what I observed so far?
So that would be also my question as well, because we took like a brief history back in time to look at like some things that inspired us and that we seen as being benchmarks in our careers. Do you think that it's still as exciting and still as appealing as it once was to work for Nike, for Gen Z, and people have like a similar perspective on the creative industry as you have?
Yeah. I feel like Nike is the typical example of a brand which aged like wine, not like milk. You know?
Okay, nice.
So aged like wine, like the older it gets, like the better is master in the recipe of collab with the artists, innovators to get what they want to achieve from the beginning in aspect of, let's say, marketing or brand or culture or community building. So I think it is something they are really master and excel in, and this is leverage their positions of because Gen Z nowadays they just don't care about like they really care about society, environment problems, and diversity topic as well. So if the brand only just do the marketing well is not enough, they also have to execute, do the executions. So I think they also did the pretty good executions of what they saying. So this is what makes their brand still very relevant and desirable with the Gen Z.
Nice. I mean, that also kind of aligns with us as a studio, I would say, by default, because we talk a lot about sustainability and growth and kind of inclusion in everything that we do, but those are just things that are very close to our heart and what we believe in. So maybe we're aligning a little bit with Nike, but it's really great to hear as well for firsthand. The other thing I would like to ask, I suppose, again, a bit more directed to you, Sang, is I mentioned at the beginning some tips. Is there anything that you would advise to, it doesn't necessarily have to be to a younger generation, just to designers in general, if they want to get seen, what should they be doing? What path should they be going on to have that opportunity, quite possibly? And maybe it's not even Nike, even if it's a desirable thing, might not be the right place for you as a creative.
Yeah. I feel like I will give some tips which work for me. So hopefully we will work for some of the audiences. So I think you need to find things you love, things excite you, things pull the trigger to make you want to go to the desk and open the notebook or use a pens or open your laptops to start working on something you excited on, and keep producing good work. And when you, after producing, be brave enough to put it online, to get seen, to get heard. And one thing is, I do believe that it's like the magnet. When you do what you love, you will attract people who are in the same mindset. And in my case, for example, you asked me like which project I think could be something relevant to Nike for them to interested in my work. For example, maybe the move to the system work, because it's very fun, just having fun with the typography and motions. So yeah, do what you like, do what you love, and put this out there, and be proud of what you produce.
So you'd say roundabout there, as a kind of, to wrap it up, you would say just do it?
Yeah, just do it. Or if you really love working with them, just give them a DM. Just
Okay.
DM, just message, just send a cold email, or
Say Hyperfocus sent you. All right, cool. Yeah, that just about answers all of those questions and wraps it up. It was awesome to sit and talk with both of you in a round. We planned on doing this for quite some time. So yeah, let us know also what you think about this format. We talked about having more of an open discussion, more of a round table, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And we also got the couch out as well, which was a great place to be today. So yeah, that just leaves me one or two things to ask of you, as I always do. If you like this video, like it. It really helps us to continue to grow the channel. If you're not, subscribe, because we will be making more content like this, and also our brand reviews will be coming soon. We've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Share this video with people who you think might be interested in Nike and branding also. And as always, just like to say thank you, Sang. Thank you, Jan. And we will see you.
Thank you, Paul.
Absolute
Thank you.
pleasure. Absolute pleasure every time. As always, we will see you in the next one. Peace.